Good morning, guys. It has been brought to my attention that there is a young lady out here by the name of Caitlin Bennett. She's mimicking Charlie Kirk. I had the pleasure of watching a few of her videos and shorts. I am not here to bash Caitlin Bennett. And I'm not here to challenge Caitlin Bennett. I am here to answer two questions that she was asking the general public. And most of the people that she wanted to engage in dialogue with, they were uneducated on the subject matter and or too young to express themselves. I'm coming from a Black woman perspective. I am coming from the first generation out of my family, out of the cotton field. I've noticed that there are few people that Caitlin interviewed. Most of the people that she approached appears to be in her age group. I've seen just a few that is older than her. I haven't watched every video. I haven't watched every short. I did not know who Charlie Kirk was. Never heard of this man. Never heard of him. Have not heard no one use his name, mention his name, reference his name, nothing. When this man died, his name flashed across my screen. My thought, oh, this is just another white politician. But it kept showing up so much, I took the initiative to research this man. Who is he? I'm okay, just like I thought, a white man, and he's political. But let me dive deeper. I came across some of his videos where he goes to college campuses spreading, I want to say, lies, propaganda, and hate. Now, Caitlin Bennett would ask me to support those claims that I've just made. As I said, I've seen just a few of his debates, and he was talking about DEI. Let's start there. That people of color was hired under DEI, not because they were qualified. And if he saw a black pilot, he would question his qualifications. To my understanding, white women benefited from DEI just on the strength of them being a woman. So, my question, if you saw a white woman that falls under the act of DEI, would you think if that person was qualified? You just assume that they're white, they're legit. Now, it's been reported numerous of times that white pilots were intoxicated while flying a plane. I have not yet to date heard of such thing from a black pilot not being qualified or being intoxicated. But the white male, numerous of times. Charlie Kirk argument was women of childbearing years gets pregnant no matter what the circumstances are, they are to have the baby. He stood on that. I cannot imagine being brutally raped. That's trauma in itself. I've been taken advantage of. But raped, and to know that I'm pregnant and this child is a product of me being raped, psychologically, that can be harmful to some women, child, teenager, adult. What I've learned lately is that whatever happened in the Black American past is over, it's done, forget about it, sweep it under the rug. It's not happening today. And anyone who feels that way, you're wrong. It's happening. You may not be the one that's doing it. You may not know anyone that's doing it, but it is being done. I'm on social media almost every day. And in my Black community, we just had an incident where a young lady was in active labor. And she did not get the immediate attention that she needed. I don't have to talk about anyone else. It's best for me to talk about myself and the issues and the challenges that I have faced. Being called out of my name, being mistreated. And I'm just, going to give you an example. And this happened to me yesterday. I'm standing in line, waiting for the teller, the next available teller, to call me up to the window. He called me up to the window. Here is a white man just made a beeline. Wasn't in line. I watched him make a beeline right to the teller. As I'm about to walk up, because the teller motioned to me, come on. Now, why that white man, and I'm not going to call him white because he's a man of color, not black, but he's mixed with something. Instead of saying, sir, hold on, ma'am, come on. If it's not about color, just on the strength of me being a woman, if it's not about me being a colored woman, then just on the strength of me being next. He took that white man. Caitlin and anyone else who believes like Caitlin, what do I supposed to think? That he didn't see me? That this man is priority? Initially, what am I supposed to think? Because I'm an older woman. I'm an elder. I'm an elder. I'm an elder. He was an elder, but he was white. Make no mistake about it. I don't know why people want to hide behind the gray area. Since Charlie Kirk was about the Bible says there's no in between. You're either hot or you cold. And I believe people like Caitlin wants to hide behind the warm. You know the temperature of the room, but you try to switch it off. You don't want to go this way. You don't want to go that way. So you kind of want to teeter in the middle. You either is or you ain't. And people like me, we don't teeter in the gray area. We call it for what it is. And in my opinion, Caitlin, you are just regurgitating what you heard, what you were taught, not what you actually witnessed or felt or had to endure. You say Black Lives Matter. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but Black Lives Matter isn't necessary. It's a game. It's a cult. You know, I've heard people reference Black Lives Matter as being such. But what is the KKK? What are your views on the KKK? Black Lives Matter that I know of have not unlived anyone, have not burned a cross, haven't hung no one, and the KKK is very much alive today. And black men are being found roped up on trees, unexplained. is very well much alive today, Caitlin, when they're talking about sundown towns, all white towns. Blacks cannot enter, blacks cannot live there. I've seen videos, and maybe you have not, where these Kens and Karens are prohibiting black people to enter into establishments, businesses, homes, residential areas, parking lots, schools. And most of these people are Charlie Kirk followers, supporters. Down with KKK and white supremacy. You asked a couple a question about black people rioting and burning down establishments and businesses. Is it right or is it wrong? Yes, it's wrong. Whether it's black owned, Asian owned, white owned, it's wrong. But what they're doing for some reason is a part of how they protest. They're making a statement, but at the same time, I deem it to be foolish because it's in our own neighborhood. And now when I need a loaf of bread, I can't go to the local store. Or if I need gas, I can't go to the local gas store because it's shut down because someone decided to break into it and tear it up and tear it down. I got it, I understand. And please don't call me a liberal, because I don't subscribe to Democrats or Republicans. Neither one means me any good. That's just my personal opinion, because no one knows what's best for me than myself. I know I should be able to make my own decisions and move when I want to move and do what I want to do with my body. The government should not have authority or possession over my body. No one loves me like I love me. The government doesn't love me. America does not love me. The citizens does not love me. It is so hard for me to navigate through the Americas without someone stopping me, wanting to know my credentials, my background. See, there is such a word as white privilege, and because you have that privilege, you're not experiencing limitations like blacks. I'm going to say with Reagan and before, when this DEI thing came about, it was told to me it was affirmative action because you saw predominantly white people running businesses and corporations. A sprinkle of blacks when I have the education, I have the credentials, I have the qualifications, just as much as you do. So why am I not hired? Why am I being rejected? So they come up with affirmative action. Now we have to hire more blacks. You were trying to keep us out. You were trying to keep women out, not just black women, just women in general. You white women weren't being hired neither. It's a man's world. You didn't see women in construction, women ahead of corporate businesses. It just did not bring on black women. It bring in all women, Caitlin. Your presence wasn't there neither, dear. However, I was the tender age of 19. I moved to Des Moines, Iowa with my sister. Des Moines, Iowa. Back in the 90s, early 90s. And I went to Burger King for employment. I assume he was the hiring manager. He did not ask me any questions pertaining to my skills, my background, my work history, who I am as an employee. He asked me, do I drink? I'm 19. I don't know where this is going, but okay. No, you don't drink, huh? No. Um, just a little bit. No, I don't drink on the weekend. Sir, I do not drink. That concluded the interview. Did I get hired or call back? No, I did not. Should I have said yes? Because now I can be a part of the team because y'all drink? What was happening there? I don't know. In Des Moines, Iowa, I don't know how to swim. I'm in the 3 feet. Same age, 19. Um, I'm in the 3 feet, kicking it, having fun. Somehow, I drifted on over to the 6 feet. I don't know how to swim. I'm going under. I'm popping up, screaming and hollering for help. You know the signs. Splashing the water, coming up, help, 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 help. I was in distress. The only thing that I could see is the white man sitting in front of me. Did not come to my aid. Did not alert my family members that was next to him. My family members, they kind of like had their back turned. It was my sister and my cousin, and they were like engaging in a conversation, but he's facing my way. My cousin noticed me, petite, small. If I was 19, that girl had to been about 15, maybe. Much smaller, shorter than myself. And she rescued me because I was in survival mode. I was dunking her in the water, and she was telling me to stop because now I'm affecting her ability to save the both of us. So I submitted, and she took us to safety. I can go on with some things that I've seen and stories that I've heard from my parents and the elders in my family. I have an aunt that was traveling, and she end up in a sundown town, and one of the residents gave her a warning, a friendly warning. I have an uncle. He knows that I travel alone, and he would tell me, stay on the main highway. Stay on the main highway. Don't ever ride them back roads. So I take heed because I know some are out there. I'm going to end this video right here, but I'm not done. I will be back with part 2.